Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am all cozy in my Living the Dream sweatshirt that my mom got me. She got me this the Christmas after I started 3S Fitness, so 2 years ago, which is kind of crazy. And also, I just love this. This is like my favorite thing to travel in. It makes me feel cozy and close to my mom, and I love it. Okay, but into today's video. Today we are talking about the first tool that I mentioned in the Finding Your Tools section of this series, which is finding somebody to talk to, finding a therapist, a friend, or a family member, and why that's important. So, this tool is not going to help everybody. This does not mean this is going to be the right tool for you. I cannot find that for you. You know you better than anybody else, and by practicing the tools and trying some different tools, you will figure out what works best for you and what you like and what resonates with you and what makes you feel good and what you can go to when you're having a difficult time. But if you are really struggling with anxiety severely, if you think about it every day, if you struggle with it every single day, I highly recommend seeking professional help. It's something that really helped me with when my anxiety was so overwhelming I couldn't sleep at night, and it really helped me to kind of get back on track. So if you want to practice a few tools, if you're just kind of like, you know, having some daily stressors that are bothering you, but if you're really struggling, you guys, every single day, please seek professional help. It is something that even a friend and family member can't really do for you, give you the guidance of somebody who knows what they're doing and does this for a living. So I wanted to put that disclaimer out there first of all, and now I want to talk about my story with therapy and tell you how I found my therapist and how to find yours. So I actually got a recommendation from a friend to look at Psychology Today and look at different therapist profiles on there and find one that I thought would match me really well. I did, and I absolutely loved her. She was amazing. She was wonderful. We did end kind of badly, and I did actually a whole video on that. She crossed some boundaries with me, and the relationship did end poorly, but I still felt like she was a really good match for me. I did have to end the relationship, and I moved on to another therapist that I found same way on Psychology Today. So Psychology Today is a really, really good resource. And a lot of times insurance companies will pay for your intake session or your consultation with a therapist, so you can kind of try them out, get a feel for them, get a feel for their practice. But what I really recommend doing is talking to a few potential therapists that you're looking at on the phone. I did that with all of the therapists I've seen. I've now seen 3 in Minnesota. Because it really helps you narrow it down to kind of what you know that you need or what you think you need, or kind of what you're looking for. If you're looking for a man or a woman, if you're looking for someone who specializes in anxiety, which I highly recommend if you want to see somebody for anxiety, that you find someone who specializes in whatever you're going to see them for, and also look at their degrees and make sure that they're a psychologist. Another thing that you can do is get a referral from your doctor. If you go see your doctor and you explain that you're struggling with anxiety, actually my third therapist, that is how I found them. They referred me to this woman. She specializes in, you know, certain things that I had been struggling with, and my doctor knew that, and it was a really great way for me to get a recommendation. So if you're not finding anybody you like on Psychology Today, if you do a few interviews with therapists and you're like, I don't really know if this is for me, I don't know exactly what I need, what I'm looking for, go see your doctor. And tell them what you're going through, and they will be able to find somebody and refer you to somebody who will be able to help you. That is a really good resource for you to use. I can't stress that enough. So Psychology Today, using your doctor, referral from a friend or family member, but be really careful of that because you want to make sure that you don't necessarily want to see the same therapist as somebody else. You want to find somebody that fits you. So do your research on your therapist. Interview them on the phone. That is what I would say was most beneficial. Because I talked to them on the phone, I told them exactly what I was going through. This phone call is totally free. All therapists usually do like a free phone consult to make sure that you're a good match for them and they're a good match for you. So take advantage of that. If this is something that you feel like you really need to do and you really want to do, is to find somebody to talk to, interview them, you guys. You're going to be sharing so much of your life and your story with them, and that is hard, and you want somebody that's going to listen to you, that you feel comfortable with, not necessarily too comfortable because that can definitely be a bad thing, but you want somebody that you feel like you can share with, that's not going to judge you, that specializes in what you're talking about, that you feel like can really help you. That's super important. Our anxiety plants seeds. Or weeds, as I like to call them, plants weeds inside our brain throughout our life that we have to dig up and throw out. And that is work that a therapist can really, really help you with, help you narrow it down to really specific circumstances, help you process that in a very safe environment, and then help you move on from it. So I think if you've experienced any kind of trauma, PTSD, anxiety from any major life event that you need help dealing with and processing, a therapist, finding somebody to talk to is definitely the way to go. It was super helpful for me, and I still really like seeing my therapist. I don't see her regularly anymore, but it's a great tool for me that I know is there and is somebody that I can trust and that knows a lot about me and that knows my story and that can help me as a professional. So those are my tips for finding somebody to talk to, finding your therapist, and I hope that this was useful for you guys. If you have any specific questions on how to find a therapist or anything that you think I left out, feel free to email me. It's strengthsweatsoul@gmail.com. I'll have it linked below, of course. And then you can also post it in the comments of this video, although I know what we're talking about is very private and personal. So if you don't want to post in the comments, no worries at all. Just totally email me and I will do my best to help you guys. So I hope that you enjoyed this video on our first tool and that it helped you. As always, if you feel like you should share this with somebody, please do so. It would mean the world to me. Give it a thumbs up if you're enjoying these videos. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah.